All right, so we just talked about picking the right hyper niche to make sure that you can get sponsors, you can reach those sponsors, and they're big enough to have a budget to pay you money for sponsorships, but not too big where they're not even going to reply to your emails. At the same time, you also want to make sure to have a following that has enough of super fans that will be willing to buy those services and products that you're advertising, or maybe donate through Patreon. And we also talked about making sure that the keywords that are associated with that niche are valuable enough, where the products and services that you're talking about and selling can bring you enough money to support yourself full time. Now, with that said, if you pick a niche, which I hope you have by now, at least have some ideas, what I strongly recommend you do next is to come up with 104 topics. Why 104? Well, because if you're on YouTube or Instagram, and if you're blogging, and pretty much almost every social media platform, it is recommended that you create and post your content at least twice per week. At least twice per week. So you want to make sure that you have enough of topics to talk about in the next year. What's going to happen after that year? A lot of times these topics can be recycled. If you're talking about either cars or fashion, and in many cases the world makes a step forward, and you can make the video for the same topic just for the new year, and it will probably have a lot of new information and updated information. So I wouldn't worry about it. 1 year plan is good enough. After that, you can obviously adjust your strategy. Now, you are exempt if you are doing something like current events, or your topics depend on trends, because those kind of consistently pop up and feed your content, so you don't have to worry about that. One of the reasons I picked electric car news is because I knew I would never have to worry about content, because every morning I wake up, there's like 5 different stories to do. So I'm a happy camper most of the time. Now, if you are, so first thing first, whip out a piece of paper, or create a Microsoft Word file or notepad, whatever it is that you do, but sit down and start writing those topics that you'll be able to make videos about, or podcasts about, or blogs about, and make sure you can get to 104. Now, if you get to 5 or 6 or 7 or a dozen of them, and you're having a hard time to keeping going, that probably is an indication that you have picked a wrong hyper niche, because there's just not enough to talk about. Now, let me encourage you to do something where you don't have to have very general topics. These topics have to be very, very specific. So I'll give you an example, because these are variations of a bigger topic. So I obviously do electric car news, and a lot of times we create green content that would help electric car owners to either own their electric car or pick the electric car. So a big topic is charging the electric cars. Now, yes, it is a great topic, but you really can make like a dozen of actual videos about that topic. Charging at home, charging at work, charging if you live in an apartment complex versus a house, charging for free somewhere, charging when you're traveling, if you're staying at a hotel, on and on and on. I can easily go probably 12, 15 topics just out of this general topic. So I really encourage you to create variations of general topics that you can talk about, because one, you'll create more videos or podcasts or blogs, but two, you will definitely do better in search results. And again, I don't really want to cover too much of how to grow your following, but this also helps. But the reason we're talking about this right now is to make sure that the niche that you picked is not going to get you in a dead end, after a week or two or a month or two, when you realize there are not enough topics. So having a content strategy is still a part of your business plan. And to make sure that you have enough content, I would suggest that you create that list. I know it's not going to be your favorite part, I can tell you that, but it is extremely, extremely important, because you will thank yourself later when, maybe some other YouTubers or Instagrammers realize that, oh my God, I have to turn around and pick a different topic, or my topics are really, really forced, and they start losing viewers because they're like, yeah, these are not the topics we really want to see, or yeah, I think the social media influencer is just making videos just to make a video. You never want your audience to feel betrayed almost like that, and then lose them as your followers. So creating a content strategy in terms of topics is extremely important. So before you watch the next video, I would get those 104 topics out to make sure you can move forward with your hyper niche, with your topic. If not, then go back and pick a different one. So once you do that, then let's move on to the next topic.